Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahweh Shah, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Ruach Kadash. All praises, honor, glory, love, respect, faith, and power, and trust, and all credit to my Heavenly Father, Yahweh, and my Heavenly Big Brother, Yahweh Shah. Thank you so much for what you've done, what you're doing, and what you're going to do. Double honors to your apostles and elders and bishops of GMS, Great Millstone, who I learned from, and all the men scattered all over the world, teaching this truth and nothing but the truth in the name, spirit, and the power of Yahweh Shah Shah. Trying to put a spiritual bug in you Hebrew Israelites' ears, you so-called blacks, Latinos, Hispanics, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, and you speckled birds. And what is a speckled bird? That be a Hebrew Israelite that look like some of the heathen nations, like for example, a Hebrew Israelite that look like a so-called white person or so-called Chinese person, etc., etc. Got some videos lined up about war, and there's conflict going on all over the world. I'm gonna play these videos. I'm gonna get into the scripture my best ability. Say whatever God say through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shah, the Holy Spirit, the Kurhak Badash, Lord willing be on me. Let's get it.
Well, it seems something big is about to happen in the UK. The British government is preparing to tell the ordinary people a blunt message, and that is that the state is not coming to save you. Households are being urged to stockpile long life food, bottled water, essential medicines, and even wind-up radios as part of this new national resilience campaign. They're saying that this Operation Alveston Shadow, which is going to end up being the largest home defense war game exercise in decades, is going to take place within the year, into 2027. It's going to run alongside a massive NATO drill. And they're framing this whole thing as Russian cyber attacks, Russian cyber threats, sabotage, and a bunch of different scenarios that could pop up on the country. They go on to say that the government's really prepared to handle whatever's going to come their way for themselves, but they're not going to be coming to help the people. This is raising eyebrows from citizens. And
at least they giving the citizens warning. In America, shit, they ain't giving them shit. They ain't even giving them a penny or a dime or a penny just to help them out with some of their bills, or food. Nope.
Professors alike out there
In America, they ain't studying these people. Oh well.
that are saying something's off about this whole thing. They see the rising tension within the country. And as one professor puts it here, he's saying that they're preparing for civil war. And they're using all this stuff with Russia as an excuse to do so. To have these drills. The drills are going to largely go into motion, and they're going to deal with trying to handle the people in a crisis type of situation. And the people are going to have to fend for themselves. Well, I guess the government can't be coming to help you if they're against you. Who's the civil war going to be between? Well, when you bring in...
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm like, civil war? How is it civil war? You got the UK and Russia, whatever. Well, anyway.
Tens of thousands, beyond thousands of immigrants that will not
civil war against them.
Assimilate and cause chaos. You have the perfect recipe right there for something to pop off within the country. And it's as if they know this is going to go down. And the only thing that people are being told is you better stock up. You're on your own. So, for my folks in the UK, maybe you can comment more on this. But it seems like they may have an event here coming your way. And maybe even some big staged event here to kick this whole thing off. I think it's odd. Anytime you've got a country telling the people to prepare, start stocking up on goods.
Why? Well, for you sisters and brothers scattered pretty much all over the world, the UK, US. I mean, this one talking about the UK, but shit, pretty much you Israelite, you Hebrew Israelites that seeking Yahweh Shema Shah, stay stocked up on those prayers and faith and all that good stuff, man. All the spiritual things and necessities to get through these times. And you can stock up on food and more and all that other shit, but it's most important to stock up on that faith and the truth and everything that's everything that got something to do with Yahweh Shema Shah. Yep. Ephesians chapter 5 verse 15, see then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. Anything can happen, anything can pop off at any time. Just shit. Heck yeah. Let's get the next one. Let me go back. Well, let's show it. His belly. Look at his belly. They hear all the mess.
A giant billboard, a U.S. president, lying in a coffin. That's not a horror movie poster. That's Tehran, right now
That's a good thumbnail picture.
in Inqilab Square, one of the most symbolic public spaces in Iran. And it's aimed directly at Donald Trump. The mural shows Trump lying inside a coffin-like structure, hands clasped over his chest, dressed in a suit with red accents. Around him, aggressive graffiti-style messages, some in English, some in Persian, including the phrase,
And they ain't mentioned that Potbelly bust that gut. He got a gut buster busting through his shirt.
"Kill Trump." It's not subtle. It's not meant to be. And he's not alone. Nearby, a second poster shows Senator Lindsey Graham, drawn with horns, standing on a gravestone. The epitaph reads, "Your dream of victory will be buried with you." So why now? Why here? In
Well, of course, these niggas know that they devil, especially Lindsey Graham.
Inqilab Square, Revolution Square, has long been Iran's canvas for state-aligned political messaging, changing with the news cycle. This mural lands after a massive national moment, the funeral of Supreme Leader
But for some reason, a lot of you Israelites don't realize who your enemy is. These people know who their enemy is. Shit, ultimately Esau. But then they look at us as the enemy. Fuck these niggas too. Shit, they our enemy. Yeah, all these top head niggas. But shit. But at least they got some sense enough to know who their top enemy is, and that's Esau.
Ali Khamenei, who
And everybody don't like Esau.
was killed
Everybody hates Esau.
in a U.S.
And if you don't hate Esau, then nigga, you a fucking dumbass.
Israeli airstrike on February 28th, at the start of the war between the U.S., Israel, and Iran.
And I forgot Amalek too. Not just plain old Esau, but Amalek.
His
They
funeral
both Esau anyway.
was held from July 3rd to July 9th, 2026, drawing enormous crowds across Tehran, Qom, and into Iraq. And the crowds didn't just mourn. State media showed huge processions with chants of "Death to America" and large red signs saying "Kill Trump." This wasn't a one-off sign. A hardline Iranian newspaper openly called for Trump's beheading, and mourners marched carrying banners saying, "We will kill Trump. There will be blood," and burned effigies while chanting "Death to America" and "Death to Israel."
Now, as a Hebrew Israelite, I don't condone these words or these actions. I'm just, what the hell wrong with you? Shit. It sounded like a dog coughing up a fur ball or something. But yeah, I don't condone any of these actions, even though this shit is funny as hell. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. I don't have enough much to say about this shit. But I don't condone any of these actions, the words that they're saying, and yeah, just want to clarify that.
Even Israeli
I'm
Prime
just reporting the news. That's it. Not making no money off it either.
Minister Netanyahu weighed in public.
Just reporting the news, warning my people, the Hebrew Israelites, about the days that's coming, that the Lord's gonna jack this world up with plagues and destruction, World War III, and the chip implant coming. And you take that chip, your ass gonna take a dip in that lake of fire burning with brimstone.
Publicly, pointing out that mourners weren't just chanting "Death to America," they were chanting "Kill Trump" directly. Stones were reportedly thrown at billboards bearing Trump's face during the procession. This mural isn't really about art. It's about signaling, grief turned into public defiance, aimed at the two countries Iran blames for Khamenei's death. Inqilab Square has done this before. Missile-flanked statues, bloodied warships, coffin imagery of American leaders. It's psychological theater, built for cameras as much as for crowds. A billboard, a coffin, a name in graffiti. It's a message the regime wants the whole world to see, and one U.S. and Israeli security services are watching very closely.
If a war erupts in West Asia, Iran's deadliest missiles could decide how far it spreads. Following decades of sanctions, isolation, and military pressure, Tehran worked on building one of the largest and most diverse ballistic missile arsenals in West Asia. Some missiles are designed for precision strikes against nearby military bases. Others can travel nearly 2,000 kilometers, placing much of West Asia within range. The roots of Iran's missile program stretch back to the Iran-Iraq War of the 1980s. During the conflict, Iraqi forces repeatedly struck Iranian cities with ballistic missiles. Iran back then had little ability to respond because its air force had been weakened after the 1979 Islamic Revolution and struggled to attain spare parts under international sanctions. So, Iran chose a different path. Instead of investing in expensive fighter jets, it invested in missiles over the next 4 decades. We begin with Fateh 110, one of Iran's most successful tactical ballistic missiles. Introduced in the early 2000s, the Fateh 110 was designed for short-range precision strikes against military installations, command centers, radar sites, and air bases. The missile has a range of roughly 300 kilometers, although later versions were believed to reach nearly 500 kilometers. Its greatest strength lies in its solid fuel propulsion. Unlike liquid fuel missiles, which require lengthy preparation before launch, solid fuel missiles remain ready for deployment with minimal notice. This allows Iranian forces to launch them much faster while reducing the chances of being detected beforehand. The Fateh 110 carries conventional high-explosive warhead weighing around 500 kilograms. The Emad marked a turning point in Iran's missile development. Publicly unveiled in 2015, the missile is an advanced evolution of the Shahab-3. Although it retains liquid fuel propulsion, the Emad introduced something far more significant, a maneuverable re-entry vehicle. Simply put, this allows the missile to make limited adjustments during the final stage of flight, improving accuracy compared with traditional ballistic missiles that simply follow a fixed trajectory. The Emad is estimated to have a range of approximately 1,700 to...
You know what's so funny? All these other nations, not America, but all these other nations talking about their missiles, and they got new missiles, or either they talking about all their new arsenal of missiles. In America, they ain't talking about shit on the news about what America got that's new. This is the same old Patriot, Hellfire, Tomahawk. I don't know what else they got. But it seems like all of them are just old as fuck. I mean, they could do some damage, but they just... It seems like these other nations, they got some of the best missiles. Because, hey, how that's happening is the Lord, man. He's beefing up these damn nations to go up against Babylon, America.
2,000 kilometers.
Anyway, I just want to talk.
It is. Few missiles have had a greater impact on Iran's strategic posture than the Shahed-3. Entering service in the early 2000s, it became the backbone of Iran's long-range missile force. The Shahed-3 has an estimated maximum range approaching 2,000 kilometers. That means it can potentially reach military bases, ports, and strategic infrastructure across large parts of Middle East. The missile carries a conventional warhead estimated between 700 and 1,000 kilograms. Next comes one of Iran's most powerful ballistic missiles, the Khorramshahr-4. Also known as Khaybar, the missile was officially unveiled in 2023. Although its maximum range is reported to be around 2,000 kilometers, what truly sets it apart is its payload. Tehran claims the missile can carry a warhead weighing between 1.5 and 1.8 tons, far heavier than most other ballistic missiles in its inventory. Such a payload allows the missile to deliver substantial destructive force using conventional explosives. Iranian officials also claim the Khorramshahr-4 has been engineered to reduce launch preparation time despite using liquid fuel. At the top of our list is the Sejal. Among Iran's ballistic missiles, the Sejal is often considered its most technologically advanced indigenous design. Unlike earlier long-range systems that rely on liquid fuel, the Sejal uses two-stage solid fuel propulsion system. This is a major technological achievement. Solid fuel missiles require far less launch preparation, allowing them to be fired quickly and making them much more difficult for an adversary to destroy before launch. The dancing missile, Sejal, is believed to carry a conventional warhead weighing between 650 and 1,000 kilograms. The missile is launched from a mobile transporter erector launcher, enabling rapid deployment from multiple locations. Missiles alone do not determine the outcome of wars. Their effectiveness depends on intelligence, targeting accuracy, command and control systems, and the ability to overcome missile defense networks. Countries such as Israel operate advanced missile defense systems including Iron Dome, while the United States deploys Patriot and THAAD batteries across the region. These systems are specifically designed to intercept incoming missiles. Iran, however, has increasingly focused on improving missile accuracy, launch mobility, and the ability to launch large number of missiles simultaneously. From the battlefield-proven Fateh 110 to the technologically advanced Agil, Iran's missile arsenal now ranks among the largest in the region. Some systems prioritize speed, others focus on precision. Some carry exceptionally heavy payloads. Together, they form the backbone of Iran's conventional deterrence strategy. As US-Iran war intensifies, Iran's deadly missile program will remain one of the most closely watched aspects that could flip the West Asia war.
Yep. Not the Middle Eastern War, but the West Asian War. Yep. Isaiah chapter 9, verse 5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood. So ancient times, it was hand-to-hand combat. And people were kicking each other, and then they had the swords and spears, stabbing each other, slashing each other, shields, doing this, and it's 7:44 on the clock. All praise Yahweh Shema Shah, the Wadi Yahweh Shema Shah. Pretty much close combat fighting, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. And then what they using missiles, they going long range with their battles and shooting and shit. I mean, they still, well, now it's like, it's not really up close. They using guns, because guns shoot somebody from far distance or not too far. But anyway, but now the missiles, and back in the ancient time they used catapults or whatever kind of the device they used to throw things. But now those things you throw, you can just set it on, launch it, missiles, rockets, all that stuff. We in that age where that's happening. Yep. And soon it's going to come to an end when the Lord returns.
Tools from Harbor Freight.
This is Dabu 7. The back and forth between the U.S. military and Iran continues, with each side sending missiles and strikes out toward the other and targets connected to the other, as the U.S. is hitting infrastructure now inside of Iran. Several different base locations have been hit, underground facilities, and bridges. And with that, some of the latest reports saying that the U.S. strikes have hit power plants. This whole thing is spiraling.
Man, we don't even know what's really going on, man. We don't know what's really going on. These niggas tell you one thing and the United States lying their fucking ass off about what they doing.
Out of control, and in return, Iran has sent shots into Bahrain, into...
Just like all that shit they talk about Ukraine and Russia. And I remember when that shit started out, they talking about Ukraine kicking their ass. Them niggas getting their ass kicked. And you mean another thing too, and they talk about drones. And they like Ukraine is like whooping ass with drones. You don't think Russia got drones too? They got drones too. I'm pretty sure of that, but whatever.
Kuwait and across the Gulf into several different places, hitting the power grid on the other side of the Gulf. So it's back and forth now. And anytime we suspect that the Trump administration could start hitting all of the grid and just putting them in the dark completely. So a new grim warning has been put out in Tehran or in Iran. They're telling people that they have to initiate power restrictions, and it's to ensure that they keep a stable electric grid. So they're telling everyone.
Hold on, man. My damn speaker went out.
Line in.
One, to shut off their ACs as they're sitting there in 100+ degree temperatures, baking. So all the talk of this quickly becoming a humanitarian crisis if it goes the wrong way, it's all right there.
And that'd be the same shit gonna happen in America. Hell, do you think these devils gonna get away with what they doing to them tower head folk, them Alba folk? Nope. I hope it does come down to America. It's got to. I just don't know when, but I hope it comes soon. I'm about fucking tired of these proud ass people.
And now that key infrastructure is being hit inside of Iran and these other countries, I would expect an escalation in this sector. desalination plants, anything and everything you could think of. It's ramped up here. Like, the threats are flying, tit for tat, at the highest degree. So Trump trying to say we're winning big, we're pounding them, but this looks like it could quickly turn into a humanitarian crisis if
Or
they
turn to retaliation. And they can come and do something. There could be some shit happening over here. Oh well.
hit water plants and continue to hit the power plants in the area. So, again, Iran putting people...
Well, I don't think if anything happens to the power plant over here in America, or any grid shit, Esau gonna have something to do with it. It ain't gonna be Ishmael. Oh, it was an Elohim I meant to say. I don't know which one is which. But shit, most likely gonna be Amalek. Really, Amalek is gonna do some shit over here in America. And try to blame it on such and such, whoever the hell it is.
on alert, telling them to shut down the ACs because of the temperature and everything else. People basically cooking over there as the bombs are falling. The war continues. Join me.
Yep. And meanwhile, what is it? This and talking about U.S. soldier got killed. I'm gonna put that right there. I'm gonna play this.
We exposed abuse and
The search is on for a U.S. service member missing in action in Jordan, where 2 others were killed yesterday, defending against Iranian missile and drone attacks. Lucas Tomlinson is in Tel Aviv. He is live with the latest for us. Lucas.
And John, the State Department has just issued a brand new worldwide caution urging Americans to think twice about any travel to the Middle East. It was released just about 40 minutes ago on the travel.gov website. Due to heightened tensions in the Middle East, the security environment remains complex with the potential for unseen escalation. And that's exactly what we saw in neighboring Jordan, John, last night when Iran fired multiple intermediate-range ballistic missiles that made it through U.S. air defense systems, hit a base in Jordan with dozens of U.S. Air Force personnel at the base, F-16s, F-15s, F-35 stealth fighter jets. We know from U.S. Military Central Command that there are at least 2 U.S. service members killed in action. 1 remains missing, as you mentioned. Also, 4 others were wounded. Also want to remind viewers that earlier today, before this news about the recent casualties in Jordan, there were 13 American troops wounded just earlier this week, John, as Iran has stepped up its attacks on neighboring Gulf countries, Bahrain, in Jordan, and certainly in Kuwait, where we saw a desalination plant get hit, a power plant get hit for Kuwaitis drinking water. Why are they attacking Kuwait, John? We have a lot of U.S. assets there. We have U.S. Army firing HIMARS, surface-to-surface missiles from Kuwait. We also have Ali Salim Air Base, major transit point. Bahrain is home of the U.S. Navy's 5th Fleet. And in Jordan, a major U.S. Air Force presence. From a lot of our viewers, we've been focusing primarily on the Navy over the last 4 months of this war. There's a large U.S. Air Force presence, certainly here in Israel and also next door in Jordan as well, John.
Lucas Tomlinson. Lucas, thank you.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News.
From homes to hospitals.
Нихуя себе! Нихуя себе! Это пизда, ебать! Хуя себе!
Это что осталось от кляточки, блядь? Бьют, я в нем не получится, блядь.
Ой, глобус горит. Глобус. Это не глобус.
Вот это вроде как склады в Албии сгорят. Город электросталь.
Okay, there's just a bunch of drones blowing up ships. What is this? The greatest collapse has begun. I'm gonna say that. I don't know what it's about, but he's got Douglas McGregor. He's like he knows his shit, so I just ain't gonna play that video right now. What we got?
We're going over to the United States now. The US has allowed its national emergency declaration regarding Hong Kong, which is to expire. Now, this lifts some of the sweeping sanctions and restrictions placed on the city back in 2020 following Beijing's security crackdown. The US Treasury Department confirmed Friday that it chose not to extend the state of emergency. Washington originally put it in place to counter threats posed by Beijing's hardline national security law in Hong Kong. But there is a catch. Washington says the executive order that ended the city's preferential trade treatment remains fully in effect. Still, China's Ministry of Commerce praised the move. Beijing called it an important step towards fulfilling agreements made during recent economic and trade talks between both the sides. While the sweeping emergency declaration is officially gone, key congressional laws like the Hong Kong Autonomy Act remains in place. The US State Department still maintains that Hong Kong lacks the full autonomy needed to justify special treatment under American law. Hong Kong had previously enjoyed a special economic status with the United States, receiving preferential treatment on the issues like export controls. It had maintained significant autonomy since Britain handed the territory back to China in 1997. But Beijing defied international warnings by imposing a strict security law which criminalizes subversions and other political offenses. Back in 2020, during his first term, President Donald Trump stripped Hong Kong of that preferential trade treatment due to Beijing's crackdown. Trump declared a national emergency at the time. His executive order stated that China's actions to undermine Hong Kong's autonomy posed an unusual and extraordinary threat to US national security. The declaration allowed the US to end Hong Kong's special status, including its separate trade benefits and export control rules. Until now, the White House had extended that emergency order every single year.
The world's deadliest nuclear weapon does not sit in an underground silo or inside the bay of a strategic bomber. Instead, it hides thousands of meters beneath the ocean in the dark alley of a nuclear submarine. That is what Russia is currently doing. Vladimir Putin has deployed his Navy's strategic forces. All nuclear-armed submarines are now in full combat mode. Basically, nearly 900 nuclear weapons have just gone live, and they're lurking underwater, hidden from sight. What's even more concerning, these submarines can sail indefinitely. They don't even need to dock for refueling. Our next report tells you more.
There's a popular saying about Russia that Moscow has only two allies. The first is its battle-hardened army. The second is its silent and deadly navy. The Russian Navy ensures what is called a second strike. That means if nuclear weapons are used against Russia, where every airbase or missile silo is destroyed, there will always be a Russian submarine that'll be able to retaliate with a nuclear weapon. These submarines are part of the strategic fleet. Their purpose is to guarantee mutual nuclear destruction. And today, Russia has put its entire naval strategic fleet in combat mode. So what is this fleet that President Vladimir Putin has activated? Russia maintains the world's third largest navy. It has a total of 700 warships. These include corvettes, frigates, destroyers, and an aircraft carrier. While these are all surface vessels, Russia's true power is in its submarines. In fact, most of its nuclear-powered warships operate underwater, and these submarines have just one task: to launch a nuclear weapon if Russia is ever under nuclear attack. The Russian Navy has around 60 nuclear-capable submarines. The most dangerous are the Bore class. There are 15 in service. These are armed with submarine-launched ballistic missiles and can deploy a nuclear weapon anywhere in the world. Each submarine carries 16 nuclear missiles that carry 6 re-entry vehicles. Basically, each submarine can deploy 96 nuclear warheads. Then we have the newly inducted Yasen-class submarines. These do not carry ballistic missiles. Instead, they can launch hypersonic missiles, like the Zircon. Armed with a nuclear warhead, a single Yasen-class submarine can deploy a total of 32 hypersonic missiles. And then, the third most lethal Russian submarines are the Oscar class. These can deploy 24 nuclear-armed cruise missiles. But the Oscar class is designed for a special purpose: to launch a weapon called the Poseidon. This is a nuclear-powered, nuclear-armed torpedo. It has an unlimited range, which means the Oscar submarine can launch the weapon while hiding in the Indian Ocean and have the Poseidon torpedo travel all the way till Greenland, while remaining underwater throughout. And each Oscar submarine carries 6 Poseidon torpedoes. To protect the Bore, Yasen, and Oscar-class submarines, Russia has 3 different types of submarines that act as aggressors. These are the nuclear-powered Akula, Sierra, and Victor class. In total, these 60 submarines carry about 900 nuclear warheads. These weapons are plugged in and live all the time. These submarines don't need to refuel. They stay deployed for months or even years. And now, the Kremlin has announced that this nuclear force is combat ready, which means they've been deployed across the seas. The submarines are divided into 2 fleets. There's the Northern Fleet, based out of Murmansk. From here, the warships are tasked to patrol the Arctic Circle, Europe, Greenland, Canada, and the Atlantic. The second fleet is for the Pacific.
I'm gonna stop right there. But anyway, these submarines, we don't know where they at. Most of them probably on the outside coast of the United States and probably the UK or whatever. But yeah, they out there lurking, waiting for the green light. And shit, they don't carry out like say the ICBMs, because the ICBMs usually be like a lot bigger missile, but these here are like I would say they long range, but they not so far like intercontinental. Because the intercontinental missile, that's a little too big for a submarine to carry. Fuck yeah. But like a little smaller missile, like they can carry like they say it's like, I don't know. I can tell a little smaller missile with a nuclear warhead. Yeah, that'll pack a punch. But that's enough. Hey, man. That was some of the missiles that gonna be going to and fro over buildings and through windows and all that shit. Because the intercontinental ballistic missile is gonna just go way up in the low Earth's atmosphere, and then it's gonna disattach the warhead, and wherever the warhead programmed to go, that's where it's gonna be. It's gonna go up. And nobody knows where that warhead gonna go after that. They might pick up a little bit of a signature of heat, maybe not. But shit, once that warhead get disattached from that missile, oh, it's just a moment of time, a moment of waiting. Name, what is this? Joel. I'm about to say Nahum. Joel chapter 2, verse 7. Let me zoom in more. They shall run like mighty men, talking about those missiles being shot out of them submarines. They shall climb the wall like men of war, and they shall march every one of his ways, and they shall not break their ranks, neither shall one thrust another. They shall launch everyone in his path, and shall not fall upon the sword. They shall not be wounded. They shall run to and fro in the city. They shall run upon. Is it raining? No. It is thundering, but it ain't raining yet. And the dog sitting underneath the table like a baby. She's scared. They shall run upon the wall. They shall climb up upon the house. They shall enter into the windows like a thief. Like, boom, here I am. Surprise. The earth shall quake upon them. So this thing, when these nukes hit, they gonna shake some shit up. And they ain't even just it. And what about the ones, but the nukes that are being carried by the intercontinental ballistic missile? They are much, much bigger nukes. Shit. Yeah, they don't catch a big. They gonna bring a big punch to your world. I'll just say it like that. The heavens shall tremble, the sun and the moon shall be dark, and the stars shall withdraw their shine. Yeah, when that nuclear destruction hits, clouds of nuclear smoke and shit gonna block the sun, the moon, gonna create earthquakes and such. Of course, it's gonna be flames of create lake of fire and such. It's gonna be deadly for millions of people. And millions of people, especially when they rain down missiles and hit, especially America get hit by nukes. But that's in the near future. Don't know how near, but it's near. And hey, man, when it comes, seek the Lord, repent, pray the Lord have mercy on you, because the people that gonna get caught up in that destruction gonna be all the heathens and the 2/3 of Israel that took in that mark of the beast. That heathen take a mark of the beast, you be better. Shit, you might well be better off taking that shit anyway, because your ass still gonna get left. Ain't no deliverance for your ass, even if you don't take the chip. If you don't take chip, your ass still gonna be destroyed because you're a heathen. You're not of the elect of Israel. Definitely, you're not a Hebrew Israelite. You're a Hebrew whatever. You say you're a Hebrew, but you're a Hebrew whatever, a Hebrew heathen. Heck yeah, you're a Hebrew heathen. But when it comes to you Israelites, some of y'all are Hebrew heathens too. I hope and pray I ain't one. But shit. What I about to say? I lost my train of thought. Yeah, taking that mark of the beast. Oh yeah, y'all ass gonna be grass. You're gonna be mowed over by that lake of fire burning with brimstone. And that's gonna be where the missiles gonna be packing a lot of fire, and also the chariots. Let's get to the last one. I just got this in the last moment before I play this video. Before I hit record, the Lord gave me this video, so I was like, let me play this, because it's talking about energy weapons.
Uncovering government secrets that they don't want Americans to know. We're uncovering the truth of the matter. News Nation never forgets. This is the truth of the matter. I am Hannah Doba. Welcome to the Truth of the Matter podcast. Over the last few years, we've watched drones transform the modern battlefield. Cheap, unmanned aircraft are forcing militaries to rethink how wars are fought. Now imagine a weapon designed for the battlefield that doesn't fire a bullet, it doesn't launch a missile, and doesn't need an explosive projectile to hit its targets. Instead, it fires concentrated energy, traveling at the speed of light. That's the promise behind directed energy weapons.
And then one thing to mention, they gonna be using this technology on you Israelites. Yeah, they'll be using all the other stuff, but they gonna be using energy weapons. They already using this shit on the people, setting shit on fire. Come on, bro, all kind of shit. But when it comes to the directly attack or direct attack, they gonna be letting it be known that nigga, we aiming this laser at your ass. Especially when they gonna become, hey man, lifting up a standard. The Lord gonna lift up a standard against these devils, man. Because these niggas gonna be throwing all kind of arsenal at us, and I don't know how it's gonna be. I mean, the Lord gonna lift up a standard, bringing an angel like Michael to come and stand up for his people, the elect of Israel. I don't know, but I can tell you it's going down, and these niggas are not gonna be playing fair.
Using powerful lasers, high-powered microwaves, and radio frequency beams. These systems are designed to disable, damage, or destroy a target.
I think they try to say this shit gonna be used on drones and shit. Now they're gonna be using this shit on people.
Almost instantly. This idea is not new. The U.S. began researching directed energy in the 1960s, and the military has been chasing this
And the
technology.
reason why they got shit like this for the Lord when they go to war with Yahweh Shah and the angels and 144,000 King David when they go to war with these angelic beings. That's what they're gonna have waiting for them. These lasers and proton cannons and whatever the fuck it is they have. Esau got. There ain't gonna be no match against that power of Yahweh's his son, Yahweh Shah, and the angels.
For decades, from President Ronald Reagan's Strategic Defense Initiative in the 1980s, better known as Star Wars.
If you'll pardon my stealing.
Oh, ain't that something? Yeah, Star Wars, and he the one who was talking about some. What if it was an outside force that was a threat to the human, to us, and we need the they pretty much starting with weapons and space weapons and because they getting ready, prepped up, ready for a war with Yahweh Shah, which they gonna fucking lose miserably. Shit, the Lord gonna mop the floor of these niggers, man. Look at that nigga right here. He already in the spirit world. He already know that we're fucked. We're so fucked.
Film line, the Force is with us.
No, it ain't. The Force. The Lord gonna kill that Force and you niggas.
An ambitious airborne laser program in the 1900s, which modified a Boeing 747 with the goal of shooting ballistic missiles right out of the sky. For decades, the problem was practicality. The technology was too large, too expensive, and too difficult to deploy. That is all changing. Today's directed energy weapons are becoming smaller, more powerful, and increasingly practical for ships, vehicles, aircrafts, and battlefield defense. Their appeal is obvious. No endless rounds of ammunition, no multi-million-dollar interceptor missiles. Instead, they use electricity. Each shot costs a fraction of a conventional missile and travels at the speed of light.
Well, how come they're not using that shit by zapping drones? During this war with Iran, they intercepting drones with fucking missiles. How come they're not using lasers? That's what I always wonder. I'm like, what's going on? They can't use the lasers. I guess Amalek says no. Those lasers are for us.
Light. The U.S. is not alone. Foreign militaries, including Russia, China, Israel, and the UK, are also developing, testing, and fielding.
Testing? Nigga, they already got the motherfucking lasers, bro. And they got pistol-sized lasers. They got daggone rifle-sized lasers you can fit in your hand.
Directed energy systems. But this is not just a story about a new weapon. It's a story about the future of warfare and a technology which can change the
They
economics
getting ready to go to war with the Lord. Shit.
of battlefield defense. And can the Pentagon deploy them fast enough? And can industry build them at the scale modern warfare demands? Despite these questions, directed energy weapons are the future. Are the rules of war ready for weapons that are nearly invisible, incredibly fast, and increasingly difficult to defend against?
Against what?
This is the fake ad you see everywhere, right? But this is Ebony, a real game. Now I know what you're thinking, aren't they exactly the same? No, because Ebony is the real number gate runner game. Gotta try it, huh? Nobody ever believes me, but this really is just...
Since I said all that, let me get this scripture right here. Revelation chapter 12, verse... let me get to 7. And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon be Esau. And the dragon fought with his angels, and his angels would be those the jet fighters. And remember the Blue Angels, the Blue Angel jet fighters and shit. Well, they won't be fighting, but they probably will have pilots flying them Blue Angels equipped. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they can equip with some missiles and a machine gun. But yeah, they call them Blue Angels. And really, I just see it. That's the first thing I could think of. With Esau got his angels to be them fighter jets, and I brought up the Blue Angels. But anyway, and prevail not. So when I look up prevail, so pretty much Esau getting his ass whooped. Prevail is the past tense and the past
participle
form and from a verb that functions as an adjective, whatever. Anyway, prevail is a participle of a verb, proverb, whatever. Anyway, here goes some more. It primarily means to win, triumph, and prove superior in the contest struggle. Yeah, this nigga gonna lose. He gonna get his ass stomped out. The Lord gonna stomp the shit out of him. He gonna gonna stomp a mud hole in Esau's butt. Heck yeah. And prevail not. Neither was they place found any more in heaven. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent, talking about Esau, called the devil, Esau, and Satan, Esau, which deceiveth the whole world. Esau's a big time deceiver with all his lies and deception, bro. Amalek too, the fucking punk ass nigga talking about some, we're the chosen people. No, you're not. You're a bunch of niggers that like to suck on baby dinglings and eat foreskin all day and get drunk drinking baby's blood. Get the fuck out of here. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. They ain't talking about no falling angels for you dumbass Christians or people that believe that dumb shit. It's talking about the fighter jets and such. That the Lord gonna be going to get, or Esau gonna go against the Lord with his pissy butt fighter jet, and then plus you gonna have other nations gonna be helping fight the Lord, and they gonna lose. They all gonna lose miserably, all together. But mostly this is talking about Esau, the devil, Satan, the physical counterpart of Satan. Hell. Because the spiritual counterpart, Satan, which is Satan, he ain't bringing hell. He ain't physically doing all this damage and stuff on the planet. No, his counterpart, Esau that worships the spiritual counterpart, Satan. He the ones who coming after the working of Satan with all power, signs, lying wonders, and he's the ones that's polluting the planet, fucking up the planet, locking you Israelites up in his prisons and shit, and his concentration camps, or slash, deport centers and shit, deportation centers. Yeah, he the one that want to put data centers everywhere and fuck up the environment and even fuck his own people over. Yeah, where I left off at. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength in the kingdom of our God, the power of anointed Hamashiach, I meant to say, for the accuser of our brother is cast down. Talking about Esau. He's the accuser of you Israelites. That nigga accuse us for all kind of shit. Even the Sheetamite bitch, that nigger bitch. Rape! He raped me, bitch. You shut the fuck up, nigga. One of them funky ass crackers did this shit to you. And you want to put it on a brother. Which accused them before our God, Yahweh, day and night. So them niggas accuse us of being this and that through their media. And all kind of shit. But hey, man, the things that y'all accusing us of, you pretty much projecting your wicked ways onto us. And you seeing y'all niggas are being exposed. And your military is weak as hell. There's so much other shit. Your world coming to an end. You know, I'm supposed to be talking about direct energy weapons in this video.
Joining me now is Major Glenn Ignazio, a retired Air Force Special Operations
Commander. I don't even want to watch this no more. I'm through. I'm through. I'm in this, about almost 50 minutes. Hey, I'm through. But anyway, hey man, Esau gonna use all what he got and then some. You wanna pray like heaven, Lord have mercy on you. But war is breaking out, and it ain't major like straight up full throttle 9,000 RPM to the engine blow up. But it's not like they taking no pauses. They ain't taking no breaks, which is good. They still moving on with they destruction of war. And I hope it ramps up even more, it escalates even worse. Yep. But that's all I gotta say, man. Seek the Lord by seeking his props and take heed of what to say and try to build a spiritual mental relationship with Yahweh Shema Shah by praying in Yahweh Shema Shah, praising Yahweh Shema Shah, worshiping Yahweh Shema Shah, fearing Yahweh Shema Shah, and repenting of Yahweh Shema Shah. To all the men out there pushing this truth and none but the truth in the name, spirit, and the power of Yahweh Shema Shah. Keep on preaching, keep on teaching, keep your faith and trust strong. Yahweh Shema Shah, stay humble. And for you few sisters out there taking heed, keep your faith and trust strong. Yahweh Shema Shah, stay humble, stay in order with your man. If you ain't got no man, stay in order. Yahweh Shema Shah. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect and all praises to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Shalom.